Hello and thanks for tuning in to Kalkine TV. I'm Holly Shields and this is Metabus. Today we're exploring the audio metaverse, which connects the physical and virtual worlds through sound. Users can experience physical spaces through corresponding audio spaces in the form of individual sound spheres or cubes that can be owned and traded as NFTs. The Kyoto-based company Audio Metaverse Inc has built on the spatial audio technology developed by Apple to create Cubemint, the gateway to exploring the immersive sound space. And here to take us through their game-changing feat is CEO and founder Takahito Iguchi. Welcome to the show, Takahito. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for making time to talking about Cubemint.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Now, first of all, I'd love to know, could you share with us how the idea of an audio metaverse platform first came about?
Yeah, we developed our audio social app 2 years ago, and our core users is visual impaired, and they stayed very long time in same space for meeting with new people. And audio metaverse is very natural evolution of that. And yeah, people can enter the space and finding new people very naturally.
So it's really easy to make friends, and it sounds like loneliness perhaps and making friends and in a social setting is the core of audio metaverse.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got fired twice with my previous two companies, and I was so lonely and I was so very isolated. So in that time, I decided to making the social app to connecting with the new people, and audio metaverse is my dream. Everyone can finding new people and connecting new people and have a time to relax way to sharing the time very naturally.
That makes perfect sense, and I think that is very important, as you just mentioned. And we know that the audio component tends to be overlooked when people think of the metaverse. So in your view, how significant is sound when it comes to a truly immersive user experience?
Yeah, spatial audio is very powerful, and this is our VR device. Earphone now very developed and progressed, and people can touch the screen and moving freely with the like a online game, and you can know the distance and direction, and you can find any places on the cube. We call it that cube is open space for exploring the anything and anyone on the space.
This cube that you talk about, how exactly will we be able to interact with this cube as an NFT and experience three-dimensional sound space?
Yeah, we like to share this experience after we launch the public beta, and it's just like working on the online game and everything in the metaverse. For example, I can put a campfire in the center of our cube, and we can share the environment like the fire sound and window sound and chatting sound, bird tweeting, and musics as well. Everyone can together, and it's just like very relaxed situation rather than audio social app. Audio social app is basically depends on the speaker, just dialogue. But our audio metaverse is just sitting on there, and surrounding the campfire, and just someone talking, someone chatting, someone singing, someone just sleeping, like that.
Right. It sounds like it'll be an incredibly surreal experience to hear all of that around you in this cube here.
Yeah. We just making any kind of the cube settings. The one cube has animal, One cube has river, one cube has, mountain sound, one cube has, etc., blah, blah, blah. And many sound creators and designers and musicians, they can make the every single audio cube with their own designing. That is very great experience for the creating new kind of the audio metaverse, and that is kind of the new internet experience for the everyone.
Right, that makes perfect sense. I mean, it sounds like Cubemint will be run on a creator economy.
Yeah, basically, 2 years experiences with making the audio social app. The many creators and speakers, musicians and game makers, they coming together and making the any kind of the audio social spaces. But unfortunately, audio social art has a time limit. And end of the program, after finishing the speaking, the space was gone. Everything was disappear. But the audio metaverse has an infinite. There are no time limit, and there every spaces you know always be there, and people can go to there anytime with any place.
Right, that's incredible to conceptualize it. It'll sort of be like a time capsule just there forever, and there's no limit on that data or capacity when it comes to creating those sound spaces.
Yeah, that's true. Your explanation is pretty perfect. And our cube is like, time capsule. We created every cube based on a blockchain. And people can talk together and think together and play together. And every audio archives minted with, blockchain. And every timeline and every audio archives can play back with timeline on the blockchain.
That's great. That sounds like it'll be a
Yep.
very effective mechanism for storing that data as well. Blockchain, as you mentioned, is obviously key to your technology here. And I believe I understand that you hosted some music festival projects already and some maybe art exhibitions, NFT art exhibitions. Is that correct?
Yeah, we already tested the music event on the Cube. Our Tokyo Olympic Games, the final day, we have experimental audio cube on the studio, and many of the DJs and musicians come together and playing the music. It's like mirror world has a different layer on the our physical world, and the musician can create a different dimension of the creating the music playing. That is our experimental try last summer. It was our first time to creating the audio metaverse on the physical world.
Right, that must have been incredible to see and experience, I can imagine, for those who witnessed that event.
Yep.
And we touched on the inclusivity aspect just earlier. So I'd like to ask you, do you think that inclusivity and accessibility is something that comes naturally when we're building the metaverse, or is it something perhaps that we have to consciously strive for?
Yeah, that's very great asking to me. It's a great question. And, inclusiveness and accessibility is not natural. Is created by the compassion and profession. We very long time collaborate with visual impaired person, low vision person. They always getting great feedback to us, and we very eager to create more natural and more relaxed, more smooth way to connecting people. That is our great achievement to working with them. And inclusiveness and accessibility is our great mission to create the good audio metaverse environment.
Right, it's great to hear that that's your maybe number one priority there, and you've taken that feedback from your previous customers and you've actually put it into practice with Cubemint, so that's terrific to hear. It's great, always pioneering accessibility there in the metaverse space. Now I'd like to ask you as well, how far along exactly in the development process is Cubemint, and when can we expect to see its rollout?
Yeah, now we have a small beta testing stage, and until this summer, we will extend our testing user base up to 5,000 people until this June. We just step-by-step development environment for the testing users, especially sound designers, sound creators, producers, and visual impaired people. It's just a step-by-step and create very various audio cube on the Metabus. I'm not sure the final rollout day, but until this summer, the 5,000 people can try to test our application.
That would be great to see when it does eventually get there. I do understand that it is a slow process of testing, I can imagine, and it sounds like you're working very closely with that visually impaired community as well. Yeah, visually impaired person is, kind of the pioneer. Before COVID-19, even before the COVID-19, there are many troubles and problems to traveling on the physical world. And there are many problems to connecting new people. So even before COVID-19, we knowing many of the difficulties about, they are not easy to going out. They are not easy to traveling. They are not easy to meeting with new people. So that we create the audio social, but the audio metaverse has physical space and that collaborate with the people from physical world and from virtual world. And, I can't wait to roll out publicly with our audio metaverse application. Well, we're very much looking forward to it as well here on Metaverse. And you know what, we'd love to connect with the audio Metaverse community as well. Where can we find you online?
Yeah, we have the landing page, Cubemint.com. We have, and please come join with us. And we have a Discord community and Twitter account. And we are very open to, get feedback with testing your beta app.
Terrific. Thanks for sharing that. We'll definitely keep an eye out for your online presence there and have a look at the thriving community of audio Metaverse. So thanks very much for sharing that, Takahito, and thanks for coming on Metaverse.
Thank you so much, and I really hope to meeting with you in our audio Metaverse.
That would be great. Pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time as well, viewers. If you just joined us, that was Takahito Iguchi, the CEO and founder of Audio Metaverse Incorporated. They're doing some incredible work in this space, so keep an eye out. And tune in next time. I'm Holly Shields for kalkinemedia.